Thanks, Coach. Well, both teams were hoping the rain would vacate the Green Bay area by kick, but alas, it's still falling pretty steadily in and around Lambeau Field. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Rodgers now on first down. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
You remember me? Let's go, baby.
And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
No. 319. Watch the curl. Watch the curls. Kill. 399.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Defense wins championships, baby. For the 50. 399.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
15 lining. Check 99.
And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, Steve 6.
Throwing his lock on third down. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Returnable for Grant. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
At the 46-yard line.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Shoot.
Easy. Greystone, travel.
Check.
They'll run on first down. Jones. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Let's go, defense.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 19-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Watch the screen. Pass.
On 2nd down now. It's Jones. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
To throw is Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And it's 3rd down.
Ready. 10-2 stop.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A huge play there for Denver. 47 yards.
Broncos first down.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. He'll have a first down inside the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Screen pass to Lindsey, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they come up now 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
On the ball.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Phillip Lindsey, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC Chiefs. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Man left. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss.
22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers.
I got deep third.
Ready?
On second down, it's Lindsay. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where I came from.
Head up, 50, plant. Hey, Zoo.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. You got three down. I got 87.
5.
On third down, Locke. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Here we go. 10 logo. 61, matchbox lights.
Wide, get wide. Switch.
Put up. Go.
From the gun, it's Locke. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time, second and goal.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On second down now, it's Lindsay. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Phillip Lindsay with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Now it's Rodgers. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
At the 6-yard line.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. They'll try again with Jones. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A third down pickup of 5. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your two-point conversion plays because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have one or two for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Here we go. Check.
Here's a give to Lindsey. He'll have a first down past the 40. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsey on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left, and no good. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. An update from Buffalo, and the Bengals out to the early advantage. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the most? Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Mike 42, check, Mike 42. Here we go.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is brought in at the 21. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Around the NFL, 2nd quarter in Indianapolis. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. And Denver getting set to take the field. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
65.
Clock now on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Watch the safety creep.
Block again here on 2nd and 10. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. They look to throw. It's locked. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This from 44 yards away. The kick by McManus is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Man, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
This is taken at the 3. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. That's caught by Geronimo Allison as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10. So now they can keep grinding out 1st downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
319.
It's going to be a long day for you.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rodgers firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Check three.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. A give to Jones. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Stand up! 319! Back one.
Tight dog. Alert flare.
They'll try to run this one in. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. What a stand so far defensively. And now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that will close the gap down to 14. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s, and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
Ready? 10-2 stop. X3. 218. Chopper.
You got that right there.
5.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll go again with Lindsey. And they'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense. The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Locke going to try and throw on third down. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Here comes Grant on the return. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Throwing is Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Rodgers. They're going to set up the screen here. This is Grant. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
18.
Let's go.
Jump out!
You might be getting tired of seeing me.
Also over here.
Wait.
Watch 399.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. 50 plant.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. Got some real estate inside the 30 and all the way down to the 17-yard line. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Down. 10 logo.
Go, baby. Turn it over. Get that ball. Get that ball.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Got it. Let's go now. 8 read.
42. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put
80 weapons.
Jack. Slam.
Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Twist on travel. Hard, hard. Let's go. General West, let's go.
They'll try to run with Lindsey, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Here we go, set, 30 base.
Tackle. Slam.
They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A 4-yard touchdown run, and the Broncos will extend their lead. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier, now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. Would you say 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's make these babies cry. Ready?
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Another run by Lindsey. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Tackle by Jordan Willis.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Rocky lost the football. It's out, and the Packers pick it up. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
You know, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down.
Chris Harris on the cover.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Rodgers now. Going to throw again. Throw left side complete. It's Hall. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? You got to try to go with the quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. On 1st down, Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Tie it right. Hey. You got 3. Three down.
Look again.
Rodgers going to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Von Miller in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. To throw is Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
Back north. Hey, Alpha.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Locke, he's set to take a knee, and that should do it for this ball game.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it's never easy to come into Denver to win. You think all you have to deal with the altitude, but they got the job done.
Well, there's a reason Olympic athletes train nearby. All right, they've got a terrific training center in Colorado Springs. You train at the altitude, the lungs expand, you go down to the regular. Oh, my goodness, they can go all day. And, in fact, a lot of visiting teams, when you visit Denver, you know what's printed in your locker room? Welcome to the Mile High City. The air is rare. They get in your head that way.
So for Denver, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it'll be their first loss of the season. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.